And yeah, let's just be locked in tonight, I guess. I think we've been doing a really good job showing up, being, interactive in these chats, while we're staying focused. And let's continue to do that tonight, guys.
All right, guys, let me I'll share my screen. Um, so guys, the last few weeks we've been doing a lot of college stuff. Tonight we're going to get into more NFL film. We were finally able to get our hands on some NFL film. So we're going to go over a few games from this weekend. Similar to the prior weeks, guys, make sure the chat is used for answering questions. Make sure it's used for asking questions. It's not used for 6-7. It's not used for telling me your favorite football team. Just try to stay focused. William, that's a good view you got there. All right, let me share my screen real quick. Sarah, you gotta let me
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
got
I
you.
sent the request. All right, guys. First, to get it out the way, because I know we're not all Commanders fans, but I want to watch the Commanders. So we're gonna start with the Commanders game from this past weekend. We're gonna just go over a few different drives here, guys. We're going to go over kind of some of the same things. We talked a lot about in college football how we see a lot of disguised coverages. We see defenses doing a lot of different things. We see offenses doing a lot of different things. So, kind of trying to keep up with those same themes, trying to kind of understand why offenses and defenses are doing what they're doing. So, starting with the Commanders, this is their first drive of the game after opening kickoff down to what's that, the 27-yard line. So, good opening kickoff in these elite game guys, if you get a chance to do the kick return, I know personally for my teams, I'm not a huge fan of the kick return just because it doesn't always work, but when it does work, it can set yourself up. So if you get a chance to do the kick return on the weekends, make sure you're getting past the 20. That's all your coaches can ask you. Get past the 20 and we got no issues. So, Commanders, first play of the game here. Got a bit of a trick question here. We've been talking about offensive personnel. What is the offensive personnel for this play? This is a trick question. Anyone in the chat? I don't think anyone's gonna get it, which is
Yeah, I
okay.
don't think anyone's gonna get it either.
Kenny with a decent guess.
Nobody's got it yet.
So guys, this
There
is
we go. Who got it?
someone said 13.
Whoever
Declan.
said 13.
So guys, this is 13 personnel. However, we call this 13 jumbo. The reason we call it 13 jumbo is because this guy right here, where my mouse is, he is an offensive lineman. So they put an extra offensive lineman in the game and they put two tight ends, one receiver, one running back. So we call this 13 jumbo because it is I don't know, you have your big guy on the field. So it's your jumbo personnel. So the first play of the game, they're establishing that we want to run the ball. You see the motion here, no one's shifting with the motion. What coverage in the chat do we think it is? In the chat, what coverage do we think it is? Looks like cover two. Definitely looks like cover two. And that's exactly what you get here. You just get a base cover two look. Commanders, we call this play inside zone. It's just an easy zone play, and they get some good yards. I'll watch it from the back view. Like I said, 13 jumbo. So we have Trent Scott over, or who is that? Trent Scott, I think.
Mhm.
Trent Scott over here is our extra lineman in the game. We have our two tight ends.
And another thing, guys, when you hear on like the loudspeakers when they're like 73 is eligible, this is a situation where they would have to say that because even though he has a number that's an offensive lineman's number, he's technically a tight end here.
Yeah, he's a tight end. Exactly. So he can go out for a pass here, but he doesn't. They just run inside zone and they get some good blocking up front. Getting to our next play here. Back to a more base personnel. They send another receiver on. Looks like we still have. So based off our last, what I said last time, it's 13 jumbo last time. What is this personnel? 13 jumbo last time. What do we call this? So 12 jumbo, Mateo, my guy. Mateo from the top ropes. Yes, 12 jumbo. This is 12 jumbo right here because we have an extra offensive lineman on the field. So again, you're probably thinking run again if you're the defense. The only reason we're going to bring if you're game planning the Commanders guys, you are not you don't think that they're bringing Trent Scott on the field to run a route. He's not coming on the field to run a route. Maybe on like trick play goal line situation, but again, we just get an outside zone here. This is like your stretch play almost, and it's very well blocked up by the offensive line. We'll get it from the back view, but we call this stretch, guys. So inside zone was the last play where basically everyone is just here, 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 here. Everyone's going up here. There was inside zone to the right. They're all going up that way. For outside zone, you're going to see these guys all taking wide angles, trying to set an edge. Everyone's going to take wide angles this way. And you see they do a very good job of blocking it up. So we'll get back to it. Give me 1 second. So we get our outside zone play here. You guys see this? The crossed arms by the official. That's like the iron cross. Basically, if the offense substitutes a player on, if they bring an extra receiver on or they bring in someone on late, the defense has a chance to match their substitution. So basically, the ref's going to stand over the ball and give the defense a chance to match it. So you see this guy's running off with his arms out like this because he knows that he's that guy coming off the substitution. So the ref's going to wait. He's checking until he gets off the sideline, and then he's letting him run the play. But you'll see we have our outside zone play here. They lock the box. So we call this lock the box. So basically, these two are just going to shut this backside off. And then we have outside zone to this side, basically just chipping and climbing to the next person. Good run by the running back. Easy, quick play right there.
That's not a hip drop tackle. I don't know what it is.
All right. Still, extra offensive lineman on the field. Back to this personnel. What is this personnel? What is that one? 13 jumbo. Thank you, Kenny. 13 jumbo. We have two tight ends. So, guys, this is like as the defense are coming out thinking, okay, the Commanders want to run the ball. They're coming out with an extra offensive lineman, two tight ends, one tight end. They're trying to run the ball. And again, ball's put on the ground. Running back does a good job of just finding space. We'll get it from the back view. But you see, guys, like this box is pretty filled right here, but you have numbers to match it up. So you see the ball's handed off. Eyes immediately out here. He's looking to hit this gap. He knows that it's kind of getting blocked off. So look, his eyes go to 45 right here. And he sees 45 is filling this gap. He doesn't really have eyes here, but he tries to cut back, gets a good block, and just gets open, gets a few yards upfield. Nice opening play. 13 personnel again, 13 jumbo. You get the motion. On the goal line, guys, we typically get match coverage. So what that means is you're kind of matching the coverage to each side of the field. So he's probably manned up on this side, and then they're running a zone to this side of the field. So it's like split coverage, match coverage. You're kind of just matching what the offense is giving you. So if you have one-on-one over here, you're making sure you have this matched up, and then you have a zone kind of cushioning the outside over here. Still a good few couple yards there. Nice run. This is just domination by the Commanders to start the game. 4 yards of carry.
Running the ball 4 times to start the game, man. It's awesome.
And now back to a more generic personnel. What personnel are we in now as an offense? 11 is 11 personnel, exactly. One tight end, three receivers, one running back. Again, always count the running backs and wide receivers. It goes running back is the first number, tight ends is the second number. I mean, count the running backs and the tight ends. So finally, they drop back past this first play. They do a good job of playing coverage here. They're manned up here, guys, but this is what I talk about. Like, watch at the bottom of the screen the way they kind of communicate this. They're able to kind of come under this. This route right here by Debo is a good little return route. Probably could get stuck on his chest right there, but Mariota sees a little lane to run and dives for a touchdown.
Hey
Great
guys,
stuff.
another thing in there that I think just directly relates to us is go back a little bit, Mick. Yeah, right. Just play it from here. So just watch these linebackers, guys. Like they're patrolling the front of the end zone, right? Like they're doing a good job of not getting too deep, and that's what I see a lot happen in our flag star games. Is where like when we're in the red zone on defense, those linebackers underneath are bailing, getting way too deep, and just freeing up the front of the end zone, right? Like that's where we got to be stout. It's right up on that line.
Exactly. Like if this corner at the bottom of the screen just plays off a little more, like Mariota already made the decision to run at that point before Debo even got out of this route. But if this guy's backed up a little bit, he could just throw the quick little drag route to Terry right there for a touchdown, or throw this to Debo for a quick touchdown. But these guys are doing a good job of playing the end zone front to back. They know they have help behind, so they're able to play up front. But then that kind of leaves them susceptible to have the run over up the middle. And it's a good run. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit here. Get back to some more Commanders offense. All right. Right here we get Wildcat. So we can't do this in Flagstar, but I do think this is a cool play. We see Debo Samuels at quarterback here, tight end right here. Or that might be the running back. Yeah, this is the running back right here, tight end, quarterback, two receivers. So this is our basic 11 personnel right here. But it's disguised a little differently. But what you're going to see, guys, is like these are the same plays. You can see there's a little action here where they're thinking like you might be able to flip this. So Mariota's doing a good job of selling this. Like this corner has to play up here, or this safety has to play up on Mariota in case he gets the pitch back. And Debo does a good job of just sticking his foot in the ground and getting positive yards.
Yeah, that's a cool play. So when Mariota goes in motion behind the running back, you can see, I think it's Jamal Adams out there. He has to follow him, right? Just in case. And that in and of itself just frees up space.
And you
And
see, he takes one look to the outside and he sees this defensive tackle right here, guys. Like he blows up this play right here. So his immediate thought is stick your foot in the ground and get vertical for as many yards as you can. And he does a very good job of doing that. Next play here, we got split backs here, two tight ends. This is like, you got all types of names for this, but this is your 12 personnel. We have two tight ends in the game. You're thinking run as the defense. We're getting a kind of a press man look, but it comes into a cover two look. And it's just run again. Quarterback keep that time. Got to hold on to the football. Got to hold on to the football. We'll watch it again. This is our zone read, guys. This is our read option we talk about. He's reading this guy right here. Who's that? Max Crosby? He's reading Max Crosby right there. So you can see Mariota's eyes go to Max Crosby immediately. This is kind of your arc block from the tight end. So the tight end is going to fake like he's going to block Max Crosby right here. So he's coming right at him. So Max Crosby thinks he's going to come. And right when he sees Max Crosby take that jump inside of it, he knows that he can beat him in a foot race to the outside. So he's beating him outside. And then you have that tight end lead blocking out in front for you. And as a quarterback, like, just hold on to the ball. Like, this
and
is such a good
slide, dude.
play.
Just slide.
Just go down, like, right here, slide. Get your first down, slide right in front of this guy, just be done. But I get what he sees. He sees one man to beat, and that's a touchdown. But you got to remember there's NFL players chasing you from behind. So not a great play there. Skip ahead again to some more Commanders offense here. Get a little play action
Defense,
pass.
what's the coverage here?
We already got a sneak peek. Over three.
You guys see the angle, like how they're almost like at a 45-degree angle, the corners. right? That's a tell right there. If he was straight up, shouldered like chest to chest, we would expect more man there. Here, he kind of looks like he's giving him a man look right here, but he knows that that's his deep responsibility, so he can square up on him a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And you see, like, this is just a great like cover three beater route. Like this is like flag star purposes. Like this is your 3-3 right here. And like this is like your little window right here in the seam. And Terry McLaurin does a good job of like, guys, you're gonna notice like watching NFL and college guys, like every route, Terry's acting like he's selling vertical. So watch the way Terry McLaurin at the top of the screen runs a route. He looks like he's gonna take off up the seam, but then he just stops on a dime, sits it down, and the ball's out right there.
Guess how we see how he sinks his hips like that too. Like that's just so pretty to watch. Just sit. That's how you're able to get that separation, change direction quickly.
Now, if I'm Terry's coach, I'm saying just probably go fall down right there. Probably just fall down, but he tries to, get a little yards after the catch, ends up just over the first down. But guys, that's like this is just a prime example of like sell every route vertical, like especially if you're running a comeback or like a little sit route and like I call it a chains route, like you're running the first down sitting down. Like he sells it so good vertical, sits it down, that safety has no chance right there, or that corner. Great route there. Get to the next play here. Watch a few more Commanders plays and then we'll switch it. All right, a little miscommunication here. You see Terry still talking when the ball is snapped. You get another read option here by Mariota. He does a good job there of just getting out of bounds. Again, watch his eyes here. We're going to watch his eyes.
Really easy read here. They gave him a really easy read off the edge.
So he's eyes right here. He's watching this guy. He
He's
sees him a
flat
little,
footed.
he sees him flat-footed sitting there. And again, just like the last play, he's like, I can beat him to the outside with my speed. And this is that arc block kind of by the tight end. So he's coming up like he's going to block him, and then he's bypassing him. So that's when it kind of confuses that defense. It's that arc block. He kind of takes a little hop inside here, and he has no chance to get outside. And then you have blocker here, blocker here.
Attaboy,
Ve-
Senate.
Very good job by Mariota there. Watch it from the back so you can see kind of where his eyes go. But guys, this is that 12 personnel here. We have two tight ends, putting a tight end in the backfield. So kind of changing up the looks you're giving the defense. And it's just easy. He's arcing here. He's going to arc past him too. It's like basically leave this guy untouched and confused. That's basically what they're trying to do. He's going to get through and he's going to be like, wait, no one touched me. I should probably go tackle the running back. And it just makes him think for that quick second, and boom, he's outside. And we'll take easy first downs like that. Next play here, back to 11 personnel. Again, good read by the quarterback here. You're kind of getting that cover three look again. Again, we get that cover three look. And if that safety is just going to backpedal here and he knows that he has this quick slant, his eyes are on this running back. This is your kind of your read off like RPO look that we give guys. So your RPO, he's either going to hand this ball off if these linebackers stay back. These linebackers commit a little bit. He knows he has this slant right behind them. So again, we'll watch from the back, but just watch his eyes. Watch Mariota's head. He's looking at linebacker. Boom. He's watching these two linebackers right here. They're taking steps in to cover the run. That's a pull read. Ball's right behind them. Another first down. Easy offense, guys. That's easy offense. We call that stealing right there.
Another thing about that, guys, it's like when we, as quarterbacks, when we're looking at a defense, like we talked about this last few weeks. We're not just going out there and just reading the whole field, right? We're doing something specific on each play. And
Yep.
you can see here, like his responsibility was to read that linebacker, get the ball out this 20-yard gain, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
But exactly. You're not reading the whole defense as a quarterback. You're picking out one or two reads. Ideally, you're just reading one thing. Right here, a little bit scary play. This is what you don't want. You don't want an all
Max
pro.
Crosby in your face.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want an all pro defensive end unblocked off the edge because you're trying to pull a guard around. You can see what they're trying to do there, though. They're trying to set up a little screen backside here. So they're going to pull it. He was going to little chip block, and then he was going to try to separate and have this. So if that ball gets out, probably got room to run over here. But the whole play relies on you chipping, at least chipping him. Like he barely gets a hand on him. Like you got to at least give him a little bump. You guys will notice in like this high level of football, like offensive linemen don't have to like crush the defense to make a play work. Like sometimes all it takes is a little tap on his shoulder to just slow him down for that quick second. And everyone in the NFL is so fast that they're able to get out of that so quickly. They're able to just find that hole and hit it. Next play here, you get motion. What coverage in the chat? Kind of got a sneak peek. I can say what I think it is. Personally, I think it's cover three because it kind of looks like he's rolling over here, he's rolling over here, and then he's dropping back. But let's see. Yeah, it goes to a cover three over here. Actually, I take that back. Let's cover two because he kind of lets this one go right here for the safety over top. But the ball's thrown quick out to the running back here. This is one of those easy reads for the quarterback. Like he's looking downfield, like he has a lead blocker out here. This is a screenplay all the way, guys. Linemen are getting out. Good play call. Debo's just gotta block somebody.
Yeah,
Can't get
Bill's just
roughed
gotta.
up like that.
That's true. Devo did get pieced up.
If you're Debo, you can't get crushed like that. Because if he gets that, guys, if he makes that block, like Bill jumps to the outside here and then he's scoring a touchdown. Because this is blocked up. No one's beating him in a foot race over there. All right, let's get some next play. Again, now we're back to pass. Jalen Lane. Gotta catch those. Receivers, you get a chance. We need these. This is a good placed ball by Mariota. It's kind of that back shoulder kind of underthrown. Like he knows that like he probably doesn't have the matchup over top. So if you're a quarterback watching this, like if you don't think you have the matchup over top, but you think you can still fit a ball in there, like he throws this a little behind him in a spot where he knows that the receiver will have a chance to make a play. And that's good defense there, but in my opinion, that should be a caught ball. Get a field goal there. All right. Let me stop my share. I'm gonna switch the game up real quick. All right, let's watch some. You can watch some Eagles. All right, we're on the Eagles now. All right, guys. Eagles, you're gonna see kind of similar. They don't use as many tight ends, extra linemen stuff because as the Eagles, they don't feel they necessarily have to use those extra linemen. They feel like they got the guys up front to be able to run the ball with Saquon and that offensive line. So this is later in the game, guys. This is when they're on their little comeback they made. If any of you watched this game, it was a great game. They were down, I think, 27-7 or something, 27-3, whatever it was. But all right, let's try to look at the play concept. What route concept are they running? Can anyone tell me what route concept they're running here? What's this route concept? What do we have in the middle here?
There we
Mesh.
go.
Thank you. Guys,
What I
like
love
mesh,
about this, go ahead, Meg.
I was just gonna say, like, some of it, like you guys have to realize like mesh is like maybe the most used play in football. Like you just can't stop. Like mesh is, in my opinion, like in the right situations, it's unstoppable. And this is kind of like your mesh dig. Like he's running a dig route over top, but you see that like out of this bunch look, like he does a great job, the receiver here, of getting outside and pressing outside. And you see he gets up on the defender's toes before he can run. Like he's just clearing this guy, making sure he's covering the outside and then getting across his face and just find that little window there. But go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that dig route was pretty. How it's delayed like that. He's the inside of the bunch. Takes that outside release. Look how far across the field he comes. I mean, that's what they're scheming up there, right? Like that's read one for the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. You can see his eyes here. He's looking right here at this linebacker, and he's looking at this guy right here. His eyes are in the middle of the field. Like, if this guy's coming down on this route right here, if he's coming down on AJ Brown, I think that is, then he knows that he's going to have the dig over top. So this linebacker comes and sits on that little stop route from AJ Brown, and then it's Devontae Smith over top. Kind of high-lowing the defender, guys. We talk about that a lot. Like, this is that high-lowing the defender, like giving this defender a read. He has to either cover it low or high. Covers it low, ball goes high. Nice little first down there. All right, here we go. Tight end in the game now. What coverage in the chat? In the chat, what coverage we got? Let's see the motion if they follow it. They bump it. What coverage in the chat?
Looks like three to me.
Looks like cover three. We do get a cover three look. Quick read. You can see, we'll rewind. Let's see where his first read is. Where do his eyes go right away? His eyes go to AJ Brown out here on the outside. He sees that this guy's playing off coverage here, so he quickly moves on from it. So he thinks like, okay, maybe we have a man look because he's faced up. Right when he sees that he's backing off of that, his eyes move off of it immediately back to this drag route. And the ball, a little popping around, a little head movement, but this is more so just like seeing where the defense is, but you can see this was his read. Like eyes go there, eyes are here. Then he kind of has to see where this guy is, so he comes back to it, but he's able to deliver a good ball.
I've heard Peyton Manning talk about this before on the Manning cast that they would have what they call low, high, low read. So low would be that underneath route. If he likes it right away, he didn't really like it until he got to space. He worked high and then came back low. So I don't know. Jalen Hurts gets a lot of hate, and I hate the Eagles, but
He's
I think
really
he might
good.
he might be the most efficient quarterback in the NFL. He just does his job as good as anyone.
He's really good. All right. Next play here, back to one tight end, one running back, 11 personnel, like we've said. Looks like they're showing a cover two look here. Ball snapped. We call this shopping cart, guys. Like I've said this before, but this is kind of like your fake screen and go. So like this inside receiver is going to take a step back, like they're going to screen, and these guys like come off the ball like they're going to block, and then it's pumped, and then they're going. Honestly, this is the ball right here. Look at AJ Brown at the bottom of the screen. If he gives it another second, I trust AJ Brown to beat whatever corners in the league. Like he comes and takes a step up. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm looking at AJ Brown and I'm letting that thing fly. And you know AJ Brown after the play was probably like, dang. But look, you see the quarterback here. Cool little play concept. Look at the pump though, guys. When he pump fakes, he's not like one hand throwing it. Like look how it's both shoulders. Like you got to commit those shoulders. Like when you see a quarterback, like when you see high shoulders, you're thinking the ball is coming out. Like when you see balanced shoulders, you know he's still reading. But when you get that high shoulder from the quarterback, you're thinking the ball is coming out. So he does a good job of giving that high shoulder there on the first little fake. So it's a high shoulder, boom, pumps it, and then he lets the ball rip in a scary window right there. I mean, gets his receiver crushed. That's one of those guys where Devontae Smith's not too happy about this one. Jalen Hurts just left him to get destroyed. But it's a penalty, and they move the chains. All right, we got 11 personnel here again. Get a run to Saquon. Good little play design here, guys. And he's just athletic. Jesus. But guys, this is like they're faking this little inside move right here. They're potentially thinking pass because Watch the offensive line coming off the ball here. He pass sets off the ball. So defense is thinking pass. He little chip block out here, and then he gets to the outside. That's fully designed right there by the offense, guys. So watch it from the backside. This is like a draw play. This is your basic draw play. Offensive line's gonna basically set like their pass blocking. I've never seen it really run like this where he forces him inside and then bounces outside with the lead block. Like that's pretty cool. But to be able to like notice how he like hops over him and almost keeps his feet. Looks like he's almost fully like laid out and he still somehow lands on his feet. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, next play here, we get motion. In the chat, what coverage do we think it is? They didn't follow the motion. We kind of talked about this, what this might look like before. What did I call it when they're kind of in like a blanket over the defense? Anyone gonna give it to me? Quarters, Hunter, my guy. Jack Dank, quarters, thank you. This is looking like quarters to me to start. So your quarters, again, you're getting this four-man blanket over the defense, kind of like a cover four. And that's exactly what we get here. So they showed it, they played it. You get your quarters look here. This is a kind of a play action. You got only 3 routes coming here. Your play action, low hats from the offensive line to commit these linebackers up. So when you run play action, we'll watch it from behind. But you want your offensive line to come off low, like they're run blocking. So last play, you saw how the offensive line came off the ball high hat. So he was high up, like he was going to pass block. Right now, you're going to see these guys kind of take low hats. They're going to keep their head low, like they're run blocking. He's coming off the ball like he's run blocking. He's coming off the ball like he's run blocking. So these linebackers have no choice but to think runs coming, and that commits them inside. And ideally, you'd have this thrown over top, but they had it covered up, as you can see. We'll go back and show. Like ideally, this route, maybe if this route was cut like right at the 30 there, then that ball could probably be fit in that window. But he pushes it a little farther downfield, so he kind of runs into this safety here. So that ball, that's his read right here. Like he wants this throw right here. But he sees the safety. That's a tough throw. Throw it to your check down out here. And guys, just like think about this throw right here. Like, look how far this throw is for just like a 4-yard gain. That's like a 40-yard throw for like a 4-yard gain. Being an NFL quarterback is hard. It's a big field. But they do a good job there. Take what's there if you're on the offense. Take what's there. All right. Potentially a quarters look here, maybe cover 3. We get a cover 2 with this guy coming downhill. And this is a good time to run the ball, guys. You see this, like you got numbers in the box. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the box. He could probably come cut him out. That's 5 for 6 right here. There's 6 guys blocking, 5 guys in the box. This guy's never going to get to Saquon off the edge. And if you just match those numbers up, guys, that's easy pickings. Look at this. If you're a running back, would you want to run behind this with this look? I would say yes. This is an easy look for Jalen Hurts. This is your read. This is a read option too. Like he has the ability to pull the ball, but you can see eyes. Where are his eyes? Right on this outside guy. Pulls the ball. Too easy. Best running back in the league. You'll take,
Unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, but you'll take 10 yards on second and short. All right, again, RPO look here. This is your RPO. They have routes attached to it. Like all these throws are going to have routes attached. So he can either throw this bubble out here or he's going to hand it off. He's reading this guy. All of these plays, they're reading somebody. His eyes immediately go to somebody. The quarterback's not just out there being like, I'm just going to see who's open this play. Immediately, his eyes go to one person on the defense. That's who he's keying. So he keys him. He sees his flat footed. He's not committing to the run right away. See the ball snapped. He hasn't moved. So he's like, okay, handoff. Who's that? Jared Verse off the edge does a good job. That's a great play. We'll see the edge player here. Watch Jared Verse off the edge. He's a monster. Throws the tackle on the ground. Guys, like you, we all think about how dominant Eagles offensive line NFL players are in general, but like everyone gets got. Everyone gets got. So if you're in your game this weekend and you get juked out and fall on the ground or you get head topped in the end zone, like this is a offensive lineman in the NFL and he got thrown on his face in the middle of a play. Like everyone gets got. But that's not going to discourage anybody. They're just going to get up and keep going. Next play here. See good communication from the O line, guys. I was big on this when I played offensive line. I always had to make sure my quarterback me were I always had to make sure everyone was on the same page. So I was standing up, making sure to turn around to my quarterback, being like, Are we adjusting this pass coverage? Which way are we going?" You can see they're calling something out and they're able to slide. So we call this like they're sliding the coverage to the field over here. So they're sliding it to all these guys and they're going to man on the backside. So this is all slide protection over here. So they're just going to kind of sort this out however it comes. And then he's one-on-one with the defensive end over here. And we talk about getting got. He gets the same matchup. That offensive lineman gets the same matchup. Jared Verse on him again. And look what he does this time. He throws him on the ground. You get got, and you got to go get yours. It's exactly how football is, guys. It doesn't always go your way, but you see how he makes a play this time. Easy throw by Jalen Hurts, gets the first down. Next play here. What coverage were they in? This is cover two. Yeah, they're in cover two here. Your cover two window, like this is your window right here. Like, especially if you're able to attack this outside corner to make him commit to this route on the outside, like sit right in this window. And again, we talk about eyes. His eyes are over here. He sees this is clouded. His eyes immediately go to this linebacker right here. That linebacker sits down a little bit and that ball's out. He knows he doesn't have the leverage to get out there. So he knows he has enough space to throw it outside. So that ball comes out quick because he knows he can throw that outside of him and have space for it. Another first down, I think. Nope, not a first down because they're doing tush push. And for all you Eagles fans, this play is, I hate this play, but it works. But they get a first down because you can't tell if he was ever down at any point because he's sitting on top of the whole team. So realistically, if I'm he should be down right there. He shouldn't be able to reach the ball all those extra times. But, it is what it is. They're going to keep doing it. All right, we have two tight ends in here. Looks like we're kind of getting our match coverage again. So it looks like we're manned up, split coverage. We're zoned to the boundary, man on top. And guys, I'm just going to assume this is not the touchdown play. But if you have a pass play called and you have AJ Brown one-on-one with any cornerback, like that ball is probably going there. This was a design run all the way. You can see like none of the receivers are even trying to run routes here. They motion it to see the coverage. They see that it's match. They don't really have the numbers inside, and it gets stuffed. Next play here. Again, it looks like match coverage. Playing zone to the field over here, man to the boundary. Again, one-on-one. Throw the ball to him. Maybe a push off. What do we think in the chat? Is that a push off? In the chat, is that a push off? Or is the cornerback just like kind of being a baby? I agree, Spencer. He kind of flops there. And that's kind of like if you're the corner, play through that. Like, don't flop and then let him catch a touchdown and make the refs decide. Like, he's trying to make the refs make a decision on here or whether that's a push off. Like, play through the ball. AJ Brown is just like, we know AJ Brown's going to be physical at the top of his route. And like, I don't even think that was much of a push off at all. I'll watch it from the back view, see if we get a good angle on it. Like, I don't know. We don't really get a great view, but the DB's like that, and he's ready to catch the ball like that. Anyone in the chat, is that a position you're supposed to be in on defense? That looks crazy. He looks crazy. And that's an easy touchdown. All right, we got a few more minutes here. I'm gonna switch to one more game. A few more minutes. We're gonna watch some Caleb Williams real quick. Guys, Caleb Williams, another guy gets a lot of hate, but played pretty dang good this weekend. Bears guys, they Ben Johnson will switch it up on offense here. So they have their two tight ends in the game. This is their 12 personnel. Easy run. Let's try to get to a pass so we can again two tight ends. We get play action here. What coverage in the chat do we think it is? He's backing up over here. What coverage? Cover three, maybe? Yeah, I don't mind that. That's not a bad idea. I'm just wondering who's that Diggs over there? This is your cover two. This is base cover two right here, guys. And where's the ball in cover two? Coach Sam, where's the what's the corner route in a cover two is just too easy. You see, you have this guy playing this underneath, just high-lowing the corner, guys. We run
That's
this
so
drill.
pretty for a quarterback. Sorry, Mick. It's just so pretty to see the DB just turn facing backwards. You know exactly where you're going with the ball. That
Yeah, like he
safety.
knows he's running with it. Like the timing gets put off a little because the tight end here kind of gets bodied, but he's able to continue his route. And right when this corner's like, look how much space he has to throw the ball down here. So he knows that ball's coming out over top. And that's a great ball. Quarterbacks, if you have space, throw the ball in a spot where your guy can catch and run. Like especially if he has space. He throws this upfield so his receiver can catch and run. And that's a great play. Watch it from the back. Watch his eyes. I like watching the quarterback's eyes in this film, guys. It's cool to see what they're reading. So play action here. Boom. His eyes are right on that safety. You can tell he's looking at that safety, backpedaling with it. And then his eyes come down and he sees this linebacker out here flat-footed and he lets the ball go over top. It's very quick. It's very quick. These decisions happen so fast, guys. And this is not like we're not expecting any of you guys to make decisions this quickly. Like this is a guy who's been playing football. He's in the NFL. Like it's a little different, but you can see how quickly the decisions are made as a quarterback. Kind of a scary throw. If you're ever rolling out as a quarterback, I don't advise throwing back over the middle of the field. Like he has a little window here, and if he puts this on his chest, he's probably able to turn and run, but I don't know. All right, one more play. Screenplay out here to Swift. Lame. Let's see if we can get to a touchdown play. That is a touchdown. All right, last play for real. All right. Looks like we're getting match coverage or your split coverage here. Looks like there's zone to the boundary over here, man to the field. This is not a position you want to be in as a defensive back. Not a position you want to be in. So you see that ball up put over top. Caleb Williams just sees that right away, guys. Like that guy's on his hands and knees. Ball's put over top. That's too easy. And I like that he just throws that on a rope just to get it there. Like he's not trying to play games or trying to float that out in front of him. He's just making sure that ball gets thrown there. And that's how we'll end it.
All right,
I
good stuff.
appreciate all y'all.
Hey, let's keep
Good
doing this,
job.
guys. We're halfway through the season. Everyone, first off, just say thank you to Coach Mick. He puts a lot of time and effort into this, and he cares about you guys. And like, I hope we're getting something out of this. I know it's deep in the weeds, right? And like, it's probably going to be a few years before you guys get to eventually playing tackle. If that's going to be in your future, and you're going to start to learn these concepts, but when you do, you guys are going to have an advantage. All right. So
Such an
keep coming to
advantage.
these. Keep
Such an
coming to
advantage.
these guys. All right. And yeah, again, thank you, Coach Mick. I'll stop recording or hold up.
Peace, everybody.
All right, guys.